let's watch a video about Project 2025. All right, we already watched that one. All right, let's watch this one here.
All right, y'all, welcome to the show. I have a really, really fun one for you today, if I'm being honest. So we're going to start with something serious. I have to break down for you what's called Project 2025, which is an amalgamation of right-wing think tanks. They got together and they decided, here's the agenda for the next Republican president. Now, they're all thinking it's likely going to be Trump, but even if it's not Trump, if it's DeSantis or Vivek Ramaswamy, they have a plan to hit the ground running and get their policy objectives accomplished very, very quickly. So I need to lay out for you what those policy objectives are. And I got to be honest, this is terrifying. This is
this shit is nuts.
Being more organized than we've ever seen them before.
If you guys want to look at this, you go to project2025.org, click on playbook, and they have the thing here. It's called the Mandate for Leadership. Okay? It's a 920-page document that discusses about what they want to do in the first 6 months in every department. They have a section for every department talking about their plan. If you look at this document, okay, it mentions abortion 199 times, okay? It's all about abortion. It's all about forcing birth. It's all about controlling the education. Look at education 386 times. It only mentions gay once, but it's right up front, right? If you look at it. Today, America and the conservative movement are enduring an era of division and danger akin to the late 70s. That was right before Ronald Reagan, the actor. Now they want Donald Trump, the reality TV actor. Now, as then, our political class has been discredited by a wholesale dishonesty and corruption. Look at America under the ruling and cultural elite today. Oh, inflation is ravaging family budgets. Corporate greed, right? They don't mention the corporate greed. Drug overdose deaths continue to escalate. Piss poor health care. No mental health care. They don't mention that. And then here they go on to say, and children suffer the toxic normalization of transgenderism with drag queens and pornography invading their school libraries. There's no porn in school libraries. There are books that provide sex education, and some of those books provide sex education for alternative lifestyles, including gay, trans, and non-binary. And by alternative, I don't mean people are just choosing random shit. I mean something that is not heteronormative Christian fucking identity. That's what they're trying to remove. Overseas, a totalitarian communist dictatorship in Beijing. They're blaming it on Beijing, saying Beijing is fucking targeting kids with transgenderism and all this crazy shit. Okay? Right? And the Great Awakening is what they call it, right? But this is what it's about, okay? It's about this, these fucking think tanks.
All right, let's jump into it here. Project 2025 is this ominous, creepy sounding thing. And you know what? It is ominous and it is creepy. What this is an amalgamation of right-wing think tanks got together. Literally dozens of right-wing think tanks.
A lot of them. Led by the Heritage Foundation.
And they released a 920-page document. And in this document, they lay out, all right, here's our plans moving forward. Here's what we're going to do the second that we get a Republican president in office. So let me go ahead and show you some headlines on this here. Salon says, dark right-wing network recruits MAGA army to replace 50,000 federal workers Trump plans to purge.
Now, this is really important because this is a two-headed dragon, okay? On the one head of the dragon, they have the personnel, where they have a presidential personnel database that anyone can apply to. They're looking for anyone in America who believes in their Christian nationalist, anti-gay, anti-transgender, authoritarian sort of Christian family identity. Anybody can submit an application. If they approve you, you go into the database. Now, Trump there's a thing called Schedule F, okay? This is a Trump executive order, which is no longer in effect, okay? So what they want to do is they want to create a thing called Schedule F, where they take thousands of jobs. See, in the government agency jobs, you can't be easily fired. There is some, like, because the government is designed so you can't go in and become president and just clear out all the people working in the government agencies. So there's some sense of continuity. Otherwise, somebody could win and fucking like win an election and they could just literally destroy the entire machination of the government. Okay. But so you can't just get rid of people like willy-nilly. You have to have good reason. Okay. So what Trump wants to do though, is he wants to create a thing called Schedule F, right? That takes a whole bunch of government jobs, tens of thousands of them, and gives them a brand new classification that he has power over, okay? He started this already, okay? And Biden repealed it, okay? He revoked it. But that's what he wants to do. That's the whole flashpoint of this Project 2025 nonsense, is Trump goes in and creates a Schedule F, and then he can literally just say, 20,000 people, gone, you're gone. But we're going to replace them, right? And then they're going to replace them from people in this fucking database. It's fucking wild, bro.
Project 2025 is extremist new plan to set fire to our democracy.
Dude.
Watchdog group warns. There's an article about this in PBS as well. Conservatives aim to restructure U.S. government and replace it with Trump's vision.
Now,
so
I don't think it's actually Trump's vision. I take issue with that. I think Trump just wants to tweet and be in power and have people like spend money at his fucking resorts and shit, right? Like Saudi Arabia buying up 500 rooms in his hotel. That's all Trump wants. He wants money and riches and being able to sit there and tweet and be a dick all day. The vision is coming from these fucking Center for Renewing America, from the Heritage Foundation, from all the other fucking like think tanks that are involved in this. Okay, it's the broad coalition. Let's see who we got. The 1792 exchange. All of these, the Alliance Defending Freedom, right? These are the guys that are constantly like suing everybody, heavily involved in anti-gay rights. All of these organizations, ALEC, these are the guys who are lobbyists that write policy. They're fucking like, this shit is like, there's so much money, all right? And all of this is fucking conservative, Christian based. Okay, Christianity. They want the laws of America to be the laws of the Christian Bible, period. Okay? And they'll fucking Moms for Liberty. We watch videos about them, right? Yesterday, about the woman who started it, who is ironically involved in threesomes and lesbian sex and a sex scandal, but yet she's created the biggest anti-fucking LGBTQ organization out there. They're trying to take over the school boards, okay? All of these groups have combined, okay? The Pro-Life America, Tea Party Patriots, Turning Point USA. It's all about evangelical Christianity. They're the ones. It's not Trump's vision. It is the wealthy evangelical Christian vision for America.
Trump is a little gathering in late August.
Trump is just a vehicle.
What they're in favor of. By the way, credit to a friend of the show, Humanist Report, Mike Figueredo. Listen to, in their own words, what they want to do here.
We are going to be prepared day one, January 2025, to hit the ground running as conservatives to really help the next president. This task in 2024 is too big for any one think tank. This has to be a movement. And what we've done is use our convening power here at Heritage to bring the entire movement together. But what we're doing...
Note all these names coming across the screen. These are all right-wing think tanks that were involved in putting aside their differences and getting together to lay out a clear agenda for the next Republican president.
Is too big for any one think tank. This has to be a movement. And what we've done is use our convening power here at Heritage to bring the entire movement together. But what we're doing is systematically preparing to march into office and bring a new army of aligned, trained, and essentially weaponized conservatives.
An army of aligned, trained, and weaponized conservatives. Oh, yeah. Nothing to be alarmed about there, right? Holy shit, bro.
Ready to do battle against the deep state.
Ready to do battle against the deep state. See, that's just it. There is no fucking deep state. The deep state. What is the fucking deep state, bro? Like, what is that? God and Jesus? They're the fucking deep state, right? Like, come on, bro. What the fuck are these guys talking about?
The Republicans being ready on day one in a way that we've never seen before. At the beginning of the Trump administration, it was very messy. It was scattershot. He was trying desperately to fill positions. You didn't have an army in waiting, as they say, to get in there and push a conservative agenda. So what you have is a 920-page document, and the main point is, all right, we're going to embrace what's called unitary executive theory. Now, for those of you that don't know what this is, back during the Bush...
Now, this is a big deal right here. Unitary executive theory. So this is the idea that all of the federal agencies, Department of Homeland Security, Department of Education, the Environmental Protection Agency, the unitary executive theory is based in the idea that all of those agencies would fall under the exclusive control of the president. Okay.
Years during the war on terror. This is the philosophy they embraced. And the idea is no more checks and balances, no more congressionally approved positions.
No.
We're going to give the president more power than they are constitutionally allowed to have. And
so the president can just, you don't need to approve my director of Homeland Security. I can nominate my fucking 19-year-old son to be the director of Homeland Security. Perfect. Take the reins, right? Jared Kushner, fucking Donald Trump Jr. gets a fucking bag of cocaine and gets to fucking shambleize the Department of Education.
In this instance, what they're saying is they want to reclassify federal employees to what's called Schedule F employees. Now, what that does is it allows them to fire workers with impunity. And they plan to fire at least 50,000 of them. So normally you'd have these career civil servants who have some degree of protection, but making them Schedule F means they basically have no more protection and they can be fired. Now, Trump previously had put into place Schedule F, but he just didn't act in a unilateral fashion to fire, 100,000 plus.
He couldn't. He was on his way out.
This time, that's exactly what they're planning to do. Invoke Schedule F, fire at least 50,000.
Again, here's the problem. The problem is there's little that could be done about it, right? Like Trump invokes Schedule F. Trump fires 50,000 people and they're gone, right? Now, everybody in the country starts filing lawsuits. The ACLU, the fucking, right? The federal government, Department of Justice, they start fucking filing lawsuits. Like, what is he doing? He's abusing constitutional power, right? The people from the fucking Heritage Foundation, their presidential fucking database, he starts installing those people. Then what are they going to do about it? Right? What is the FBI can't just walk in there and start arresting all 50,000 people, right? They have a fucking army of weaponized conservative fucking Christian nationalists now working there in this government, right? And they want to do that extraordinarily fast. So then there's going to be lawsuits, but in the interim, they can't do anything to stop it except lawsuits in court. But then if it goes up to the Supreme Court and all those justices that Trump nominated said, no, we're fine. This is what the Constitution said. Then you're fucked. Then one day we wake up in a fucking country where a bunch of Christians are arresting gay people, right? And charging them with groomer fucking offenses and giving them the death penalty because now they're saying, oh, if you get caught grooming, you get the death penalty or whatever. maybe it's not that outlandish, but this is how shit like Nazi Germany happened, right? Was when people are telling you how they're flaunting the fucking rules. They're telling you they want to put a weaponized group of people, right, in the fucking thing. We love you, boss. Fuck off. Later. Right? Telling people up front, here's what we're doing. And everyone's like, I wonder if that's really going to happen. You know, I mean, I know you hear about Nazi Germany and you say, how did the people let Hitler get away with it? You know why? They just didn't, like, when Hitler told them what he was going to do, they didn't listen. They're like, he doesn't really mean that. He's just passionate about Germany, right? He doesn't really, what do you mean? They burned down the Transgender Institute and they're putting like gay people in jail? Nah, they're probably just putting the bad ones in jail. That's what they said back then. He doesn't really mean it. He's just, those are the bad people that they're getting rid of, right?
Employees.
Need to
By the way,
wake the
Biden,
fuck
when he
up.
came into office very early on, he replaced the categorization of the federal workers as Schedule F to give them their civil servant status back and protect them. Trump or any Republican is going to come in there and do the opposite. Make them Schedule F, fire them. So what does that mean functionally? Well, it means they're going to totally dismantle the administrative state. So no more EPA or a functionally
no more
destroyed
Department
EPA
of
that doesn't
Education.
do EPA stuff.
Gone.
No more Department of Justice or a Department of Justice that's directly under the control of Trump.
Yeah, now the Department of Justice is important because they're the only people that can investigate people in government.
The way where even, think about last time when he was trying to steal the election. He told Bill Barr, he was pressuring Bill Barr to use the Department of Justice to his advantage. And Bill Barr refused. He said, no, I'm not going to do that because this isn't true. This isn't right. They want to make it so that you have a total Trump sycophant and lackey who is completely under the thumb of the president. So no agency, even in theory anymore, would be independent. Every agency would be under the thumb of the president in a way that's more direct than we've ever seen before. So they want to get rid of the Department of Education. They want no more Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They want no more Department of Health and Human Services, no more Department of Labor. It is an outright assault on the entire administrative state. Now, in the document, they go further and they lay out other policy priorities. So one thing, which is, again, beyond terrifying, is not only do they want to gut environmental law, Clean Water Act, Clean Air Act, Trump already sort of weakened them massively. Biden came in and reversed that. But they not only want to weaken them massively, they want to make it so that not only do we not have EPA protections, they want to ban individual states, even blue states, from doing their own environmental laws.
See, there's another clincher, right? And this is important to pay attention to because this is already going on with abortion, okay? Because we saw, like, Trump nominated those justices, Kavanaugh, Coney Barrett, and fucking fucknuts, Neil Gorsuch, right? Okay, he nominates those justices. All of them said Roe versus Wade was settled law. Then what do? They fucking overturned Roe versus Wade. Everybody knew it was going to happen. People like Susan Collins and said, oh, no, they're not going to do that. They're fucking liars. Okay, they overturned it. They told us what was going to happen. Everybody fucking called it out. Okay, now he's got the justices on there. But the first thing they said was, we really just want to kick this back to the states. That's what everyone wanted. Then all these states start passing their anti-abortion laws. Okay? But it doesn't stop there. Because when they passed an anti-abortion law, I believe it was Indiana, right? Where that 10-year-old girl got raped and she had to flee the state to get an abortion because she's 10. She shouldn't be delivering a fucking baby. And B, she's fucking been raped, right? So, but then they wanted to prosecute her or the out-of-state person who performed the abortion. And in a lot of these states, it's not just good enough that no abortions happen in their state. They want to punish any of their fucking residents that go to other states to get an abortion. because it's never just about states' rights. That's the same bullshit they said in 1860, right? When it was about slavery, it had nothing to do with states' rights. This has nothing to do with fucking states' rights. This has to do with their belief in the great replacement theory and this idea that we need a white Christian army. We need a fucking Christian army of babies here in America to get them ready for the fucking end times or whatever crazy evangelical shit is going on with these motherfuckers. Okay? And like national abortion ban is what they want. They want criminalized forcing of women to deliver as many kids as possible. Period. Okay? That's all they're fucking concerned about. And if you go to their website, they're even fucking talking about this. They're talking about this shit right up front. They're literally saying it out loud. It's just nobody's fucking listening. Now we are. How
extreme this is. They are absolutely, positively, highly organized. All these groups put aside their differences, got together, organized, released a 920-page document, and they're ready to hit the ground running.
And again, I want to point out that if you look at this document, 920 pages, okay, the thing that is in here, literally an average of every 4 pages, is abortion, abortion, abortion. It's like literally how many times does it say God? It only says God 8 times in the document, right? But abortion, it says 200, right? It says, what does it say? Religion? No, I bet faith is one of them. What does it say about faith? All right, faith is 63, right? But they're all Christian organizations, but they're hardly saying anything about religion in the document. But man, are they saying it about abortion, right? It is all about that Christian shit, but it's deceitful, okay? Every organization behind this is a Christian, far-right, evangelical, very moneyed organization that seeks to elevate the principles of the Christian family and the Christian family alone. But they only fucking hardly mention God. They're so sneaky and deceitful about it. Okay? Dude, it's fucking true, bro. I'm cooking, baby. We are cooking.
Other things they lay out in there, there's a lot of Christian theocratic elements where they talk about putting the family at the center of American life again. There's definite shots at the LGBTQ community.
All over.
They view it as degeneracy and a perversion. And that, again, that's laid out clearly in the document. They want to criminalize abortion. That's obvious. All of them have always wanted to do that. But they want to even bring it to the point where they would criminalize sending abortion pills by mail.
Yeah, that's another thing. They want all abortion done. They want America to become a birthing factory, right? A baby factory. They don't care if half of them are piss poor and desperate and have a shitty life, because they'll either fucking put them to work in the fucking some shitty low-paying job, or they'll arrest them for something, put them in prison, and have them work for fucking free.
This is an overreach the likes of which we haven't seen. They say in the document they want to outlaw pornography.
Yeah. I mean, what are they fucking talking about, bro? Outlaw pornography? What, it's going to be on the black market? How do you outlaw pornography? People have sex. You can't fucking survive without having sex. What are they fucking talking about, bro? Like, and they're all watching it too. You go to these religious epicenters, they're the biggest fucking consumers of pornography.
Basically,
these fucking religious freaks, bro,
come to life.
Jesus.
Or maybe I should say a right-wing wet dream come to life. And they lay it out in
steel wool hand job come to life.
This is something that should be a shot in the arm
steel
to
wool
anybody
authoritarian hand job.
Moderate, centrist, center-left, on the left, whatever. Even moderate Republicans, honestly. Because this, I think, would offend the sensibilities of reasonable Republicans. That the real goal here is to basically do an authoritarian takeover of government, do it in the image of Trump, make it so there's no checks and balances, make it so there's no ability to rein him in when he goes too far and make it so there's a far right wish list that gets implemented, and they do it again within the first 180 days.
6 months they want to do this.
So this should really wake you up to the reality of what we're dealing with here, man.
Now you might ask, why do they want to do it in 6 months? And I'm telling you, they want to do it in 180 days so nobody can stop them. So all people can do to resist is to somehow fucking draw up a lawsuit, which will take a month and a half, file it in court, hope for some kind of injunction. Trump nominated 400 judges. All they have to do is end up to one of those fucking Christian nationalist judges, right? Or even if it does, they'll run it to the Supreme Court and let fucking Kavanaugh and Amy Coney Barrett, who is from a fucking crazy religious commune, so they can just go, nope, we believe in the Unitarian fucking, right? The Unitary presidential authority. Like, good luck, Donnie. And oh, by the way, that whole thing about only serving 2 terms, nah, let's get rid of that too, right? Let's just fucking all have a big fucking kumbaya session for the next 30 years while Trump's hit squad runs around fucking arresting gay people and shit.
Dangerous.
Right? They'll put fucking libs of TikTok in charge of the gay concentration camps. Dude, it's not unrealistic. It isn't. I know it sounds far-fetched.
This is dangerous. And who's to say that if they win and they carry this out, who's to say that...
To me, it's like, even if they don't carry it out, they could do enough damage to fucking set back any progress and fucking cause enough turmoil that we just fucking...
One Democratic administration
on each other's ass.
You'd be able to fix all these problems.
Yeah.
If you totally destroy the EPA and the DOJ and the
it.
Department of Education and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau and Health and Human Services and the Department of Labor, if you totally destroy all those, it's more than an 8-year project to rebuild them and make them functional.
It's going to be a 20 fucking year project to fix
50,000,
that mess.
100,000 civil servants, people that actually carry out the policy agenda. It's hard to fix that in 1 term or 2 terms from a Democratic president. So this unitary executive theory is honestly terrifying when you talk about it in the hands of a far-right government. And they're not papering over it, man. They are very straightforward and direct with what they want to do.
I like this guy. He's got good hair, bro. Let's go. We're like...
You've been warned.
We're like twinsies.